To have a child of her own, the Vampire Queen established a fertility base where she imprisoned captured human women. She subjected them to artificial insemination and bloodline injections. However, due to the overwhelming power of the vampire, each infant died immediately after birth. The relentless failures enraged the queen. She first ordered her subordinates to drag the mothers out to serve as blood bags, then confronted the doctor.
I grew tired of your failures.
I'll try again. I can learn from this. Please.
Meanwhile, Cell led his group to a former military base. Signs pointed to its long abandonment. For safety, Cell had them split up to search. While Susan and John inspected a room, they unexpectedly discovered a living human. Interrogation revealed the man was named Jones, a resistance fighter. Days prior, his unit had been ambushed by vampires. He had fled here during the escape. Since they had indeed witnessed intense gunfire nearby days prior, Cell and the others didn't doubt Jones's story. But just as they debated how to handle him, a series of explosions echoed from outside. Though the sounds came from a great distance, the vampire horde would inevitably find them here. Sir knew the base was surrounded by windows, and their small group couldn't possibly defend it. So he led them to the military laboratory, a fortress deep underground. Since the main door was locked tight, they used explosives to blast an opening. But just as they joyfully entered the lab, the entrance collapsed from the blast's shockwave. Seeing their only exit completely sealed, they had no choice but to venture deeper into the facility. Soon, they discovered vast stores of food within the lab, along with shelves stocked with various alcoholic beverages and drinks. With these supplies at hand, they immediately began drinking on the spot, their most carefree moment since the apocalypse began. As the others reveled in this cheerful atmosphere, Susan and John emerged with bottles of liquor. They strolled down the corridor, drinking and chatting. But as their conversation grew increasingly provocative, John found himself drawn deeper into the discussion. Fortunately, Susan snapped back to her senses. She struggled to push John off her, but he was already intoxicated. No matter how fiercely she resisted, he pressed forward to violate her. At the critical moment, Vanessa heard the commotion and rushed over. Clenching her fists, she confronted John angrily. But the intoxicated John not only failed to recognize his mistake, but even falsely claimed that Susan had been seducing him.